Welcome back to DarkMyst Horrors, where the line between childhood innocence and unspeakable terror blurs into darkness. Tonight, we unravel the chilling true tale of Annabelle, not the benign rag doll of nursery rhyme, but a vessel of malevolent intent. Brace yourself as we traverse the decades of her cursed journey, from college dormitories to the Warren's Occult Museum. And remember, some toys should never be played with.
In the cramped confines of a 1970 college dormitory, Sarah Bennett thought she had found solace in her mother's gift, a Raggedy Ann doll she named Annabelle. Scarlet yarn hair and a stitched smile lent comfort to her homesick heart. Yet, on the first night, as rain tapped against the window pane, Sarah sensed something cold lurking beyond the doll's glass eyes. Each time she blinked, Annabelle's gaze seemed to follow, and a faint pressure settled into the air, an unseen weight that refused to relent. Within days, the dorm's quiet halls became a stage for whispers. Sarah blamed exhaustion until her roommate Debbie awoke screaming that someone called her name. Searching her desk, Sarah found Annabelle inches from Debbie's pillow, despite having left her on the opposite side of the room. The air chilled so sharply that their breath fogged in the darkness. A faint voice, Sarah's voice, echoed, "Help me. Let me out." Terror gripped both young women as the doll's stitched lips seemed to quiver with dreadful intent. Distance would break the doll's hold. Sarah entrusted Annabelle to Debbie's mother, Mrs. Higgins. A week later, the family cat, Whiskers, vanished. Investigating the living room, Sarah discovered Whiskers huddled beneath the sofa, fur singed and hissing at the empty coffee table. There lay Annabelle, her cotton skirt ringed with a dark scorch mark. Mrs. Higgins returned the doll with pale lips. "I cannot keep this nightmare." Mike Harris, ever skeptical, insisted he could destroy the doll. Under a pallid moon, Mike laid Annabelle atop crumpled newspapers in his backyard. He lit a match and touched flame the paper. The fire hungrily chased the doll's limbs, then abruptly died. A sudden gust snuffed the embers. Annabelle lay untouched, yarn hair still smoldering. Mike staggered back, pale and trembling.
"She won't burn!"
"She won't burn," he muttered. Wit's end, Sarah sought help from Father Callahan. In the flickering candlelight of his vestry, the priest draped Annabelle in a white cloth and began prayers of exorcism. The room's temperature plummeted, the candles guttered. The wooden crucifix on the wall twisted in its mount. From beneath the shroud came a guttural rasp. "She's mine." Father Callahan collapsed, speaking of a cunning darkness beyond any he had encountered. Days later, his parish closed and the white cloth disappeared. Annabelle had vanished once more. Sarah turned to Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned demonologists. Their parlor, north of Boston, resembled a museum of malevolence. Glass cases held haunted portraits, carved idols, and even the swan's wing, said to shriek in the dark. At its center stood Annabelle, within a reinforced glass display. Lorraine's steady blue eyes met Sarah's. "She's not a toy," she whispered.
"She's not a toy, she's a vessel."
For weeks, they chanted, blessed, and sealed the case with consecrated buttons and steel plates, etched with prayers, a fortress of faith against an unholy hunger. On July 11th, 1972, a New England tempest assaulted the Warrens' home. Lightning split the sky, wind tore at the trees. Lorraine awoke to a mocking giggle In the beam of her flashlight, Annabelle had turned, her head tilted toward the door. Lorraine reached out, and a scream of shattering glass echoed through the hall. They discovered the display case shattered into razor-like fragments. Yet the doll sat upright, pristine and triumphant, amidst the wreckage. Today, Annabelle remains imprisoned behind steel in prayer in the Warren Occult Museum. A single spotlight casts her shadow down the dim corridor. Visitors claim they hear her soft breathing or glimpse her head tilt as they pass. Sarah, now many years older, still feels the echo of Annabelle's whisper.
Play with me.
Perhaps one day the chains will fail. Until then, she waits, patient, innocent, and monstrously alive.
Thank you for joining us in the shadows tonight. Annabelle's saga is a stark reminder. Sometimes the most harmless objects conceal the greatest horrors. Subscribe to DarkMyst Horrors and ring the bell for more tales from the edge of darkness. Until next time, keep your lights on and beware the toys that watch you.